Hey there, I'm Ben. That's my dog Kitty. That right there, that's my RV. We have a Class C RV. 2017 Holiday Rambler Vesta. I think 2018 or 19 was the last year they did this because Holiday Rambler only does Class A's now. So this is technically an orphan. Fleetwood made one under the Jamboree model name. Exact same thing. And we like to boondock, right? We've got lithium batteries. I've got a portable solar panel. And getting to some of those boondocking spots, you have to go off-road, and we have bottomed out a few times. In fact, if I could show you guys a little bit closer on that jack pad, there's even some rocks on top of it from where we have scraped. There's dirt on the back one from the exact same thing. And one of the biggest problems we have is the jack pads being so low. You can see this guy right there. They are 5 inches off the ground. The rear is a little bit better. It's 5.5, 5 3/4 of clearance. So to get around this, we are going to put a lift kit on this guy. I've got an appointment here coming up at Weld Tech Designs in El Cajon, just outside of San Diego. And they are going to put new springs on the front, skyjackers on the rear, custom leaf springs. So we had to go scale this thing at a cat scale, at a truck weigh station, in order to get an actual weight of the rig, fully loaded, full tank of gas, full tank of water, all our gear, wife, dog, everything. Wait, now this isn't a short RV. We come in at 31.5 feet roughly. And if I can show you this side, it's a full wall slide on this side. So we've only got one slide, but it is a full wall slide. I've got some measurements of the front fender well, the rear wheel well, the jack pads, so that I've got a before and after. So this is the before video, right? Standard kind of height. In fact, I'll go around this side so you can see, hopefully, the rear, what we're looking at. Right, so not a whole lot of clearance between the top of the wheel and the wheel well. Like I can get my fingers in there, and that's about it. We tipped the scale at just right at 15,000 pounds. Actually, a little bit over. First off, GVWR. Yes, we are technically over. We're going to address that two ways. First off, with the lift kit. The lift kit has got custom-made rear leaf springs based upon the actual weight of this rig. And the other way we're going to get around it is, I'd like to point out these tires. These are the original tires that came with this RV, brand new in 2017. That means that's a 2016 chassis. The tires have a 2016 date code on them. So I'm coming up on 5 years, right? About to turn 6 pretty soon in this regards. They look great. No cracking, no dry rotting, plenty of tread. But they are only rated to 2,700 pounds max load per tire. I am not overweight on the front axle. I am overweight on the rear axle, which is basically where the water tank sits, is right on top of the rear axle. So I already talked about the lift kit. We are getting bigger tires, all-terrain tires that have a 3,040 pound max load per tire. So between the lift kit and the tires, will have enough capacity for the weight we're carrying. I'll still be technically over GVWR, but it's addressing the safety concerns of not having a blowout because those tires are overloaded for what they can carry. And a lot of people say, oh, you're going to be top heavy. Yeah, this is a pretty tall Class C. We're at 12 feet right now to the top of the air conditioner. Most new Class E's 2020s to 2022s are 10'8" to 11.5", somewhere in there. So with the lift kit, we will be pushing 12.5 feet. Our viewpoint is we want the ground clearance. We've already got a nice RV we like. We love the floor plan. There's nothing we want to change on that, but we don't want to pay for Super C. And the lift kit seems to be a more cost-effective way to get us where we want as far as height. But we won't be top heavy. because the suspension is actually stiffer. It is beefier. So it's not only going to lift it up, right, it's going to give it a firmer feel going down the road. So not as roly-poly when you go into turns or going over speed bumps or up and down driveways. Everything I've researched on WellTech says this is the case, and we're going to find out. I've talked to several owners, not just WellTech themselves, obviously, but people that have spent the thousands of dollars to make that happen. And here, in a short amount of time, I'm going to be one of those owners that has spent several $1,000s on a custom lift kit designed for the weight of my rig. If you have a smaller classy, let's say a 24 foot with no slides, obviously you're going to be a whole lot lighter than I am at 32 feet. So this is before the lift kit. So I've taken some measurements. So I've got a before and after comparison. From the ground to the top of the front wheel well is 35.5 inches. The front jack pad clearance is 5 1/8 of an inch. The entry step, and what I mean by the entry step is not the quickie step, but the actual step into the house. That is 20 inches. The clearance from the ground to the top of the rear wheel well is 30 inches, and the rear jack is 5 3/4 of an inch. The lift kit itself should get me about 6 inches. Let's call it 5 1/2. The larger all-terrain tires that are going on for the increased load capacity will get me another inch to 1.5 inches. So that means this current 12-foot tall Class C will put me around 12 feet 7 inches by my estimates when everything is said and done. That is in Super C height range. Let's see if I can merge a couple of videos together and get an after video of some of the comparisons on the measurements. I've recorded where I'm at now. I'll record the heights and measurements after we get the lift kit done. Peace.